Hi there, I'm Shauna from Infinity Readings, and this will be the reading for the Virgo male for the Valentine season of 2019. Okay guys, this is a love and romance reading. I got two pyramids here, one for general energies and one for love and romance. So hopefully we can get to the root of matters here and help you out, you or your partner, in some kind of way here, so that you are unblocked and are clear and free flowing to whatever direction you need to go. So I have a general energy card, overall masculine card, plus a power of surrender card to hopefully highlight any blocks that you may be having or that will unhinge you from being blocked. So the first card I get, the masculine for the Virgo, is action. So this man is very much in action mode, and I feel like this pumps up his ability. We got a Queen of, or a King of Pentacles here that is going off in a direction. He usually goes at a slow trot. If that trot is him moving fast, and I feel like the action card here jumps up that action. He is going to be moving and shaking on things that he normally doesn't move and shake on. He's feeling a burst of energy, a fire under the butt, if you will. So action, I feel, is very much spurring him forward, which is energetically what the universe wants him to do, okay? Yeah, so that's the overall energy for the masculine, okay? Now, the block card here is surrender to what is. My glasses, sorry. Flow with what is instead of fighting. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. So there's a situation here where we're actually not, feel like we're not accepting what's going on, maybe in denial a bit. So we need to surrender to what is, and that will help us move forward. Disbelief is what they're saying. There's an ability here for this man to feel a great sense of disbelief, okay? So I'm going to start out with the first card. The first card we have is 21, the World. Now that is the completion card in the tarot here, the completion of the majors. So there should be a sense of accomplishment here, maybe energetically, okay? But this man is not feeling it in this way, because the next card we have is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is usually that cantankerous guy. He is upset, and everybody knows it, and he knows it, and whatnot. So this guy is just upset with what happened. So we may have had a completion of a romantic situation here that we are not happy with. There's no two ways. We're not happy with how it ended, why it ended, or whatnot, okay? The next card I get is the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is about having put in a lot of effort and we're not getting a lot back from it. So a feeling of wanting to give up. So that is what's going on here. A sense of this relationship coming to an end. Yeah, they're going, but not of our own volition. Like we would have hung on to this, or we are hanging on to this to the bitter end, and it is the bitter end here, and that is the Nine of Wands. It's like we really have to realize here that there's not a lot that we can gain forward from this relationship. We have not gotten a lot. We did not expect a lot, because I'm getting a sense here this Virgo might have been in a understanding that we didn't expect a lot, so we don't get disappointed, but at the same time we just don't get what we need, and that's what's going on. So yeah, a sense of that, and that's really highlighting the fact that this is how it's going down. You know, we're kind of hanging on here till the bitter end, but it's not giving us what we need, is what we're realizing through this, okay? Now, the next card is the Five of Wands, and that's on the King of Swords in my pyramid here. So the Five of Wands is about potential energy. It could be about argumentative, quarreling energy, and I feel to some degree that's where this man sits at this point. He is very angry, very quarrelsome, especially when it comes to the partner. So there may have been something that happened in the relationship against him where he is very much speaking out what, speaking forward what, you know, in that way of what has been wronged, right? Yeah, I feel like he's talking outward about like speaking outward about how he's been wrong, and it's almost like it's been happening to him all along. He just never realized it or never gave it the time of day to a certain degree. So either he was an overachiever or overworker, not seeing it for its full worth, but now is like, you know, coming to something blasted apart here, and we're having to realize that you know, it wasn't there all along, kind of thing. No. The next card we have directly under the World card is the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is about exciting news coming forth to us. So, and things that we get fired up about. Now, this man is in a bad way. You know, he's had stuff come down on him and he's not too happy. But this Page of Wands is kind of in the center of the pyramid, and it's like going off in all directions. So I feel like he's not in recognition of this yet, or maybe in recognition, but not knowing what to do with, okay, this new energy that's come forth. Now, on the other side of that, we have the Ace of Swords. So that's about new beginnings with truth, clarity, and victory. So there's a sense of going in a direction of gaining something. Now, it may be that he is gaining truth, clarity, and victory over everything that he has been through here. He's starting to realize the effect that I wasn't in the wrong, that you know, I'm coming out free and clear here, smelling like a rose. So this may be part of that exciting news, is that I'm figuring things out here, and things are not, even though it's a bad situation and I'm having anger issues about that, there's a clear, direct way forward here that I need to go. And again, there's some news here that has come forth that is outside of the relationship, that is simply just exciting to hear and have, no less. And I feel like that because the Page of Wands is looking towards the Five of Wands, is as in potential energy. And even though this man is spurting outward in anger and whatnot, I feel like there's also a way to progress his energy in a new way forward, an exciting way forward. That's because the Page of Wands is looking at that potential energy in the Five of Wands, and I feel like that could be good or bad. Bad in his way of anger and resentment and going outward, kind of yapping about that, but at the same time, it's action oriented in the way of, I've got some news here and I could take action in that way and move forward in that way in truth and victory and clarity. Now, on top of the Five of Wands, we get the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is about equal give and take. So there's something here, a potential of something, whether it's good news in work, and I do feel like it's outside of the romance, but I may not be 100% on that. Or a new direction that we can take our energy, okay, where things are of equal give and take. Now on top of that, we got the Four of Wands. So that's about solid foundations, sturdy foundations in relationship area. Stability. Equal give and take. So the next card is the Magician. And the Magician and the Four of Wands, which is interesting, are both under the Page of Wands. So this exciting news, this stuff that we can get worked up about, has to do with a sturdy beginning or stability. And the Magician is about manifesting. So it's almost like we're excited about going forward and creating a new connection, okay? may not be here for us right now, but we're pumped about going and starting a new direction. One that will be of equal give and take. I feel like that's highly on this guy's mind, is from now on, I'm going to make sure that someone's giving. And I don't mean in a financial way either. I feel like it's more like they're going to give to me emotionally, and I'm going to keep track here, because I wasn't keeping track before, and I should have known. If I did keep track, I would have known. I would have seen this coming. And it's almost like a, yeah. So there was an imbalance there. He knew that. He wasn't taking toll here proper. And now he's recognizing, he's going, from now on, I'm going to, and he has, like, he really does have all the tools, because the magician is, he's there. He's creating these things forward, so he has it. He just has to be aware of it. And then the last card on the pyramid here for the general energies is the Temperance. So I feel like there's a huge, the Page of Wands, the Four of Wands, and the Magician create a trine here that is huge action oriented. This is where this man wants to go forward to create a better union, something that's solid and stable, and I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna make sure that it's worth it. And the Temperance is on the side here, just, you know, kind of keeping this guy stable. Keep in mind your instinct as well, is what they're telling me through this card. We have drive, and we have a direction we want to go, but make sure you keep your instinct in check, because it will help you along the way, so that we don't burn things up inadvertently, because this Taurus is he's an earth sign, but he's going off in a fire energy, and he can burn things up as he goes, so we don't want him to burn bridges here. We want him to get connected and start stable. So that's where the Temperance, and also the instinct highly here. Either he's not taking it into account, or he could easily overlook it, is the sense I'm getting. We could easily overlook our instinct, and it could cause some trip ups that, you know, could create some speed bumps here we don't want to have. So there's that. Okay, so now for the love, sex, and romance triangle here, we'll see what happens. The first card I get in the romance area is the 3, the Empress. And here again, if we had an ending, this is interesting. Okay. Energetically, what I'm getting, this Virgo male has put in his time. He is free to go. But in an emotional level here, I feel he is still somewhat in the relationship, okay? So we're both unhappy. We both know, you know, one person wronged the other for whatever happened. We're not happy. We're going to make a decision here, but I don't feel a decision has been brought to bear other than in these people's minds, okay? In the physical world, I feel like we're still hovering in a relationship, but we both know it's over, but we haven't done anything to, okay? So, because it's interesting, the energy I'm getting from this Empress. I'm getting a sense here, because usually the Empress is the partner. Whoever you're with, right? That's your partner. That's the energy of the mother. So you may have a woman here that you have children with. And that long-term commitment, right? In your mind, that was where they sat. This was my partner, and this was the whole situation. This was where we sat with it. That's really what I'm getting. Now, on top of that, same card here, I'm getting a sense that we have another direction. I feel like that was what we thought of the partner that is broken from, that things are not right here. And I feel like there's another direction where we're seeing that in someone else, okay? This is what I'm getting. Now, here's the deal. As we go into the sex side of things, we get the 3 of Swords, and that is an interesting card because it is a 3, it is triangular, but the scenario here is we have someone in the background here hovering. And I have always set this intention to mean that there is a couple here. They are devoted to each other. There's someone on the outside that is on the outside. They feel they have a right to one or, well, one or the other in this party, but technically they don't. Okay, now, here's where it gets dicey. I feel like that's the scenario coming apart here. I feel like the excitement here, the Page of Wands, is that direction that this Virgo male wants to go. He sees another outlet here, but he is not yet complete. Even though he is completed energetically, he has not put all his ducks in a row and finalized this in the traditional way of being. Meaning, we may have a situation here where this man is living in the same house, taking care of, there's nothing wrong with taking care of, but we're physically in the same space, but we are in a position where we are coming to terms with. I feel like it's just a very fine line. This guy's dancing on, because we're coming to terms with the fact that this is over, but we have not yet had, we do not have another house, we do not have other places to go. There's still a situation here where things are not neatly tucked away, is really the sense they gave me. So this can create that Three of Swords. So though in this man's mind they've had discussions, he is still living there, so the significant other may feel entitled to this man in some way, even though the tension is high and there's arguments nonetheless. She may feel entitled to this man in a loyalty kind of way, like he should not go outward. Okay, now this may be what's going on here. This man is done mentally, but physically he is still there. This is kind of the scenario that's coming. Now the Empress will continue, but again, that could be both women. Could be the one that he actually has a family with, and it could be the one that he's wanting to make a family with in a new direction. Okay, because he's primed. The whole reading here is hinged on action that he is needing to take. It has not yet been grounded that he takes action, but he is very much feeling the need to do so. So that sits on that romance pyramid as well. That action. There is an ending energetically and karmically, this man has learned, but our ducks are not in a row where we are completely, what the universe would say, ready to go. Okay, so the next card in the romance is the Five of Cups, which is the struggle. And it's interesting that we have the two women again. The three scenario. Somebody here is not happy with this man. Now, it's interesting because I feel like this man, feel like this man in the beginning of the reading here, he is upset because he didn't see something coming, but nonetheless, I felt it was an offense against him, meaning it was the partner that did something to the relationship that created this break, okay? A disloyalty or some kind of a situation. Now, at this point, I feel like this man may be going forth in a new direction, and the woman now is spouting out and becoming jealous or whatever because she sees that this man is doing that. Again, type of a situation where we may be, and this could very easily happen, we may be in a situation where we're looking at partners where we're partnered in a household because we cannot afford to go out yet, but we are detached, so it makes it very stressful to carry on, right? This is the scenario, and I feel like this man is either talking about or flaunting someone else new in the direction, and this is now creating havoc with the ex-partner, okay, that they're still with. Whew, okay. On top of that, we get the Two of Pentacles. Now, interestingly enough, we have this jealousy from the ex-partner. Then we get the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is about is surprises. Either going to visit someone to surprise them, or someone coming to surprise you. So that may be a scenario that comes about that creates the havoc, okay? We may get caught doing this, going out to surprise someone, and then it creates squabbles, okay? Next card we get on the romance is the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands, he comes in and he goes out. So he comes in, he's fiery, passionate, and I feel that's very much kind of the energy that this Virgo male is taking on. He is going out in a direction to find something, okay? And, and the first card I get on top of that on the sex side is the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups is my fake love card. So, this is interesting because we may be just going out in a direction, in any direction, and anything that lands, just to kind of bring about some emotions from our partner, or as a get back, right? As a kind of a, like high school stuff, or not even high school, grade school stuff. It's like tit for tat. You did it, so I'm going to go out. This is the sense I get, right? Because the Knight of Wands there, that's what he's about. He's about storming in and sweeping people off their feet and taking off. He doesn't want anything stable. So it's almost like either this guy wants to go out and just get loose with things, or he is going out to kind of create havoc in that way. So the Eight of Cups is my fake love card. So that's either we're trying to make more out of a relationship outside than we actually have, or we're trying to just really get into one and out of one. Like we're not really in the mode. That's kind of the sense I'm getting here. But moreover, I'm getting a sense that we're trying to make something out of nothing, really. That's what I'm getting. So yeah, so the next card here on the last line for the romance is 17, which is the compass. It's also the star. But here in the romance area, it's about direction. We have a shadow couple here holding hands, and they have the map of the directions, and that's the key, is what direction is this going to go? Is this relationship going to stay, going to go, whatever? Now, it could be the one that he broke from that we're deciding, are we going to go back? Or one that we're going to, that we're deciding what direction we're going to take that. Now, I feel like this man, obviously, right, being out of an element of fire, he's going to be out of his element of earth. So I feel like that has something to do with it here. Because again, they're showing the wands, right? Which is the fiery energy, and they're showing that he is going off. So in a sense, the fake love card, I feel like it's just not him being genuine as well in his own right. But nonetheless, there's something here that come across his path he's going to have to take account with to figure out what direction we're going to go. We're going to have to look into this. What direction am I going to take this? Now, on top of that, on the sex side, we have the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is about making offerings in the bedroom that are kind of not being taken, really. Yeah. I'm not too sure where that sits, if that's with the past partner or new partner or what's going on here. But we'll continue. The next card is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is about someone looking upon someone else from a distance. So we could have a secret admirer here, or you could be that admirer looking upon someone else in that way. Yeah, a sense of distance and longing to be with someone, but they're not here. Okay. On top of that, we get the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is about, that is about the woman that he's looking at. Now, this woman has been through hell and back here, and she is very standoffish, And that's the sense I get here. This man is looking upon her in admiration. And I think that's because they go, that answers the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. So we get the Four of Pentacles. So there's someone at a distance we're admiring, want a relationship with, okay? The Queen of Swords, this is the mode that she's in. She's been stabbed in her heart, and she is not in a receptive mode. She is very shut off as well. It's like a warning they're giving this guy, okay? Now, the Eight of Pentacles, if we bring that back in, they're going, this is what he's going to get. He's not going to get any reception here because this is where the woman is sitting. Now, even though they have similar backgrounds, like they've both been hurt and jilted by a lover is what I'm getting. This woman is in no way ready for action in that way. On a physical way, no way. So that's a warning, I guess. I don't know. Heads up, guy. Now, we end on the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is about intellect and truth and clarity and victory. And it's funny because he's holding that sword, but he's got, his hand is not going to be cut by it. So I feel like there's a need to come forth here and communicate. And it may be with this partner, because we will not get hurt if we speak our truth, really is what I'm getting from this sword. He is holding it with that sash, and he's got it all bundled up to the point where he can grab it pretty good. He's not going to get cut by it. And the sword is about truth, clarity, and victory, and this is what this man is looking for. Now, on top of it, we get the Fool going off in a new direction. So I feel like it's interesting because the Page of Swords is looking back at this Queen of Swords, okay? And they're going, that's about the epitome, because the Queen is like a king, but the Page, that's how many tools he has to deal with this woman. He may be in admiration of this woman, but he does not have the tools here to deal with her. But the one thing that could save him is truth and honesty. If he comes forth in that to her, he may gain progress. Okay, this is what they're getting. So there's something here about this direction that you want to go, and it may be this direction here with the Queen of Swords. So that's an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, that you may have an interest level in here. You may have either, there may have been an attempt in the past to fire things up with this person, and you may have not got reception, or you may want to do this, but beware that you could get disinterest, not a rejection, but this person is not in a platform at this point to be responsive to any type of physical companion coming forth. That this stuff is just not going to happen. So you, along with hordes of men, could not get through. They're just not gonna. She's not in the mode to receive, okay? Now, this knight, if he comes and illuminates her with the truth and clarity, like, this is the thing in both cards here. We have that sword. And in the one card here with the Queen of Swords, the sword is being held, almost looks like being held by the man in the mirror. But she is blocked off from that man in the mirror. It's like he does not pass go. Why? Because she's got all these stabs in the heart, and that's who she's trying to gain distance from. So this may be the scenario that she's coming from, okay? She's trying to gain distance from a relationship where she's been hurt badly by this man, and the truth came between them, and that is what is dictating at this point. Now, the Page is, I feel like this is the Virgo male in his field here, okay? So he is going to be highly active in thought about her moving forward, wanting to move forward. Again, they're highlighting the fact that, I did not notice that. Almost looks like that sword's bent on the end, but nonetheless, like it's been taken away from another battle, okay? It's like this man has come and taken it away. It's almost like that sword came from that man's hand, which is interesting. Anyway, I'm going to continue on here with what I'm getting. The Page of Swords. He's hanging on to it. He's got his hand protected. So he does not want to be cut. He will not be cut because he has truth and clarity. And that is the point here they're trying to make. You may gain headway here, but don't expect much. And especially don't expect much if you don't come with truth and clarity towards her. Okay? Now, the Fool on the sex side is pointing in another direction, going off in a different way. So I feel like either you will get distracted from this energy, like you may get an outright refusal or a cold shoulder or ice cold, no feeling here of any warmth, and it may cause you to go in a different direction. Okay, that's just what I'm getting. And it may be because you didn't come through in truth and clarity to her, or it could be just the position that she's in is like bad timing. Okay, is what I'm getting from this. So on the sexual side, I feel like there's an eagerness to go in a new direction, and you're going to find out where that sits. I feel like, again, there's a direction this man wants to go, but for whatever reason, it's just not lining up. And there's a lot of cards here that symbolize distance, and a lot of cards that symbolize nothing happening. We want a lot to happen, like the Eight of Cups is I attribute it to me in dreaming of, you know, it's the fake love card. That's it. So it's like we want to attain something, but maybe nothing of, I don't know. It's kind of like a revenge card is what I'm getting, but nonetheless. And then the Eight of Pentacles symbolizing, again, there may be a refusal or some disdain that comes from going outward in this direction. But nonetheless, the Virgo male goes off in a new direction and tries to conquer the physical side in that way. Now, yeah, this is the same. It's like if we have someone who's in a relationship, this doesn't apply. It's someone that is busting out of a relationship or on a rocky road here towards single. And that's what's going on. And it's very conflictive and chaotic. So the first card we had for the overall energies was action. And that's what I feel this man is taking action to go outward, look for a new love here. Even though he's been hurt and he's still trying to process stuff, he's just like, I don't care. I'm just going out and I'm going to find what I can get type thing. And then that's what he continues to search for, I feel, in some kind of way. And then the surrender card is surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. So when you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you more peace. So that hopefully helps you along the path. Okay. So that is the reading for the Virgo male for the Valentine's season of 2019. So February, March, April. Could hit it at any time, really. I'm feeling a reluctance to want to timestamp these because you could just, you know, you could be just have that instinct to click on it and maybe it's a year off, but it could be valid information that's good for you in that moment, no matter what the date is, right? So hopefully there is something here that give you clarity or give you pause. I feel like there's a direction here that is clearly this man is strong, but the woman is just not in a receptive mode. Not because she could not receive from you, but because she's just she's in a break apart herself, and she's just not in a mode where she can take any relationship, no matter who it came from, right? So hopefully that helps. They said even if it was Brad Pitt. I'm like, am I going to bring that stuff up here? I'm talking about busted parts, but hopefully he's in a new relationship. I heard he is, so that's good. I wish him luck, because no matter what you go through, you really, as long as you deal with it emotionally, feel it out emotionally, move on, that's all you can do, and refocus energy in a better direction. You can't let things bring you down, no matter where you are, you know, in the social circles, right? So hopefully, I wouldn't want to be in the spotlight to, you know, to have a situation where you got to deal with everybody else's opinion on what to do. So I feel like somewhat that Virgo is going through that as well. So hopefully this helps. Take care, have fun, happy Valentine's Day, and be kind.